good.
First time on air. Anything to say to Lawan here to get him back?
Look, bro, there are stories I could tell people about Lawan, but we'll keep those right here. I'm gonna let him live.
That's not even close.
Man, I'm a dumbass.
I'm clipping that.
Georgia's second.
Hey, Georgia also had Herschel Walker.
So smart, and my team is so dumb. My coach he looks dumb. He's a big baby. This
Dude, those graphics.
Rip, so smart.
Wow. Episode 225, and Devontae turned to a cat right there. I don't know. Wow. I liked it. Great. We got a Thursday night episode. We got Thursday night football on. We've Fitz is freezing his nuts off. Freezing Rochester. Yeah.
1 degree.
1 degree. That's crazy.
1 degree. 1 degree right now.
Devontae's getting ready for
still
his
in the
prime
positive.
Falcons.
We're still in the positive. 1 degree. Positive.
You're a brave man.
Oh shit.
Brave man, Samantha. All right. Well, yeah, let's dive in. We're gonna do our fast 2 minutes off the jump here, boys. We've never done this before, but it's Thursday night football. Game's already kicked off. 3-up. Rams. No, San Francisco's up 3-0. So let's jump right into it. Let me cue the music, and we'll start right now. Rams 49ers over set 49.5. San Francisco 3-point favorites. They're up by 3 right now going into the second quarter. Who do we like?
I like the Rams. I wanted to go Rams to begin with. I still believe.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick the Rams too. I just feel like the Niners are kind of slipping. Rams are peaking. I think they could take the division, so I'm gonna take Rams.
I like that too. I bet money on the Rams. Me and Devontae talked about our bets earlier. Thinking a big night for the Rams. It hasn't started that way, but it's just beginning. Things are looking up for them. All right. Bengals at Titans over on us at 46.5. Cincinnati 6-point favorite. They have a 3% chance to make the playoffs. So you're telling me there's still a chance for my boys, baby. In better news, T. Higgins fired his agent. There's even news he might come back after this year. Things are looking up for the Queen City.
I'm gonna go with the Bengals. They gave us the odds of 3%. Personally, I think it's higher given like they have to win out and all that stuff. I think they can do it. And this game got to provide the gas to make them build brick by brick.
Let's go.
This would be the one the Titans win just to piss Hackey off even more with his bet. So I'm gonna take the Titans purely because of that.
Yeah, that's actually a good call.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, it was not lost on me. Yeah, Bengals. We need a win. We need to win out, and we need a little help from our friends. So give me the Bengals to win. All right. Colts, Broncos, one of our friends here. We need the Broncos to win. Colts lose, 44.5 to over-under. Denver, 4-point favorite.
Ooh. Shoot, man. Everything is hard. I think I would watch this game, but I'd probably stay away from it. But yeah, either way, give me the Broncos. They're coming home. I think they're coming off a bye. Were they on a bye week or?
I believe they were.
Yeah. So coming off fresh from a bye, everything's looking up to the playoffs. So yeah, I'll take the Broncos on this.
Yeah, I've been debating starting Anthony Richardson in my fantasy playoffs, but not against the Broncos. Their defense is really strong. I think they've handled running quarterbacks pretty well. I like Denver, and they like Bo Nix, so Broncos in this one.
Yeah, both these teams came off a bye week. I'm a believer. Give me Bo Nix to win here. Give me the Broncos. All right, Pats, Cards over on set 45.5. Arizona 6-point favorite. Cardinals, man, I don't know about this team. This is the game I'm staying away from. I just can't get a read from them.
Shoot, give me the Pats to cover the spread.
I like it.
I don't know why, but because you said that, and apparently, what's his name? The Gerard Mayo was in the news about something. I forgot what, but yeah, give me the Pats to randomly cover.
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, we've talked about the Cardinals. They're hit or miss. I like the Cardinals in this one. It's interesting, but I don't think Drake May has enough.
I think you're right. They got embarrassed by the Seahawks. in Cardinals fashion, they bounce back here. They get a win. They improve to 7-7, still have a chance to make the playoffs. Packers, Seahawks, 45.5 over under. Green Bay 3-point favorite. This seems like it needs to be Sunday Night Football. This seems like Monday Night Football. This seems like a game that can just determine seasons right here, I feel like. Who do you guys like?
Hopefully the Packers are in their whiteout uniforms. That'd be pretty cool. Yeah, give me the Seahawks. No real reason. I just figured the 12th man might get the Jordan Love a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Seattle's a tough place to play, especially for the Packers. Historically, we're not great there. But this is Love's first start in Seattle. He hasn't been at the helm, so I like the Packers' defense against the Seahawks' offense. I think that's a good matchup. Mm-hmm. I think if we can get, a couple takeaways, I think we can put this thing away. Go, Pack, go.
I think we're going to see overtime. I think Geno Smith gets the coin toss. He's going to win it. He says, we want the ball and we want to go score. Repeat of Matt Hasselbeck. Green Bay destroys them. Give me Packers to win in overtime. Mm-hmm. The Commies versus the Aints. 43.5 still runner. Washington 7.5-point favorite. There's no Derek Carr. That man sold out. Broke his brain, broke his wrist, all for a first down.
Yeah, they said Jake Hayner and Spencer Rattler were going bar for bar in practice to figure out who's going to start. For that reason, give me Jaden Daniels to run rampant as he usually does. But just on the money line, just in case something stupid happens.
It'd be crazy if Taysom was starting. I will take the Commanders. I believe in the Jaden Daniels hype.
I do too. I'm all in for it. I put money on him Rookie of the Year for him. I think he's earned it.
I hope so.
Give me the Commies. This another one. This seems. Oh no, sorry, not this one. My apologies. Ravens at Giants.
This one.
Over is at 42.5. Baltimore 16-point favorites. Ooh, that spread. Biggest spread of the weekend.
At Giants, I have no idea what's going on with the Giants at all. For that reason, just give me the Ravens on the money line. Like, I don't know. Just give me the Ravens. I hope to God everybody stays healthy on the Ravens side for this game. That's what'll be the scary part.
Yeah.
Yeah, somehow this game will still be closer than it needs to be, but I'll take the Ravens. Just don't touch that spread.
Yeah, and to me, I feel like it's either going to be Baltimore by 50 or Baltimore by 1. Like, I feel like it's got that type of implication. I don't know if you guys saw the Giants fan that bought the ad for the plane to fly over the stadium that said this organization's a dumpster fire. I love that. We need more accountability from fans like that. Give me the Ravens. Yeah, I'm with Fitz. I'm not touching that spread. Cowboys, Panthers, 43.5 over under at Carolina. 3-point favorites. Cowboys did not look bad on Monday night against Bengals, but it is the Bengals. Panthers are peaking up. Things are climbing in Carolinas.
Yeah. I'm scared for the Panthers just because they are an NFC South team and they are favored. So usually that bodes not well. But I'll go with the Panthers money line on this. I don't see why not.
Panthers are just trending up. I think they're a year away from being really sneaky. I think they're 2 years away from being really good. I'll take Bryce Young in this one, Panthers.
Yeah, they are sneaky. I feel like Dallas has packed it in. I feel like they've given up on the season. Even though Cooper Rush, they look phenomenal Monday. I'm with you. I'm going to take Carolina. Give me the Panthers. Jets, Jags, 40.5 is the over-under. New York, 3.5-point favorites. No touchdown Jesus. Remember, he's on IR.
I just watched Kyron Williams run the first down. But, yeah, give me the Jags. Shoot, you know what? I'll take it. Give me the Jags on the money line. Maybe being QB2 has amped up Mac Jones's actual ball skill. So give me the Jags on the money line.
Oh gosh, the Jets. I'm gonna take them. Screw it. I've gone against them a few weeks. They'll figure out a way. Jets.
Yeah. I'm Devontae. I kind of like what your Mac Jones take is. I'm thinking almost a Goodfellas. He's like, I don't shine shoes no more, Polly. Maybe you haven't heard. I don't shine no shoes. Get your fucking shine box. I don't do that no more. But then he gets got at the end anyways. Give me the Jets. Fins, Texans, 46.5 over under. Houston 3-point favorites. I love this offensive matchup.
This is a good matchup.
I love this over. I think both teams can score and score quickly.
Give me the Fins on the spread. I think it's going to be a fun game to watch. The Dolphins are randomly also trending upward. I saw Tua finally. It somehow, after like 6 concussions, it finally somehow went through his head that like, oh, I need to protect my body for my team. So now he's been sliding, which means he has longevity now, which means they can mesh. Tyreek Hill has been getting the ball more, so I think Jalen Petrie from the Texans is out for the season on shoulder surgery.
Yeah.
Somebody else is too, but give me the Dolphins. Matter of fact, on the money line, forget that spread. Give me the Dolphins on the money.
Yeah, actually, I like the Dolphins too. I think I picked them a lot this year. I think this is a great matchup. I like the Texans. I think their defense is actually could give the Dolphins some problems, but I don't know. I believe in Mike McDaniels and the Dolphins, and they're hungry. They gotta win. So I'll take the Dolphins.
They do have to win, and I do apologize, Fitz. I totally had a dumbass moment of the day here. Your Packers and Seahawks are playing Sunday Night Football. I said I wish it was Sunday Night Football. It is.
Ooh.
I messed up. My bad.
Yeah, I think Packers have like 4 primetime games in a row.
Damn.
So you're gonna see them a lot.
I love that. Need more Packers. I agree. For this game, give me 30 at the top, 30 more at the bottom. I'm taking Paul Wall's Houston Texans. Give it to me. Bills, Lions. This is the game I thought I was going to click on with Dallas and Carolina. This seems like it needs to be Monday night. This is, man, I am rock hard for this game. 54.5 over under. Detroit 2.5 point favorite.
It's in the Motor City. Yeah, give me the line. Give me the lines. Give me the line on the spread. Just imagine them winning off a kick.
A lot of people saying this is the best game of the entire season, if it's not the Super Bowl. Based off of who I think is the better team, not even looking at the matchup, I think the Bills are better. But at Detroit, and thinking about how this matchup will go, I'll still take the Bills. I think Bills defense, I mean, they looked awful last week for like the first time in a long time. But I think maybe that kind of sets the tone for this game. So I would take the Bills. That over-under is a little too high. I think maybe if you want to play with the under on that. I think it's 2 defenses that show out.
I kind of like that, Fitz. I do think we'll see a lot of points, but I think it'll be right there at that 51-52 mark. Like I don't see it getting up that high to 55 points. Man, this is tough. I do think this could be a possible Super Bowl matchup, and both franchises deserve it. I'd love to see it. I think most of America would love to see the Super Bowl matchup. I'm going to take Detroit because it's at home. I think that's the X factor there. Steelers, Eagles, little Steagles game when they used to combine during World War II.
It's going to be the meanest crowd of all time, bro. Like the rudest.
That is true.
Of all time.
Philly, yep.
Give me the Steelers on this one. No real reason. Just give me the Steelers on this one, just to make everything in Philly worse once more.
You know, I like the Steelers as well. I think their coaching across all three phases of the game are way better than Philly, and I think Sirianni's holding them back. I think the coaching piece in Philly is the one thing holding them back from being really spectacular. And Steelers defense has been awesome. I think they can cause some problems for Philly that they haven't seen. I will also take the Steelers in this one.
Oh, wait. 2 things. George Pickens might be out, and Deshaun Elliott might be out, which is their safety. Might be out. They'll find
a way.
That's what I said, too.
They got TJ Watt.
Find
Yeah.
a way. I don't know if you guys remember. We put old Nick on the hot spot, on the hot seat earlier this season. We said, this guy's a joke. He's a jabroni. He's 11-2. He's rolling right now. Or not 11-2.
Who have they played?
11-2.
Is he rolling or are they rolling?
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. And it has been a very soft schedule. I will agree with that. You guys are sussy for Rusty. I'm hurting for Hurts. Give me the Eagles.
Oh,
The Steelers are dangerous.
Dangerous. Ooh, I like it. A lot of dad jokes going on right now. Chiefs at Browns, 43.5 so over under. Kansas City, 4.5-point favorite. That's all? Huh?
they scared of Jameis, boy. They scared of Jameis.
Ride
For
that horse.
reason, give me the Browns on the spread at 4.5 points. Give me Jameis to make it close for no reason.
Nah,
God
Chiefs,
keep them from
Chiefs
getting
roll.
the pick sixes. I'm telling you, God is gonna provide. for Jameis.
Nah, Chiefs roll. Chiefs roll in this one. They got it.
This is Winston his prayers versus Mahomes, Satan, black magic he's got going on here. I mean, they just keep finding ways to win. It makes me sick. Oh, that man sold his family and his soul for another Super Bowl.
They look like it.
Give me Jameis to eat a dub. The NFL doesn't make sense. This is the game. The NFL doesn't make sense.
Mm.
Monday night doubleheader.
Mm.
The Bears at Minnesota. 43.5 so under. Minnesota 7-point favorite.
I think this game might be better than what we give it credit for. They fired Ever old boy, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Eberflus.
So
Eberflus,
we'll go with
yeah.
Hackey's theory about a fired coach and a new renewed offense.
Don't do it. Don't do it. I'm 0 for this season.
Yeah.
No, I have.
This is a bad theory.
Yeah,
I'm
it's
gonna try
a
it. Give me the matter of fact, give me the Bears on the spread. I think if Caleb Williams can get it together, I think the defense does for him.
I would take Minnesota in this one. Even though I'm not fully a believer in Minnesota. I think they're a little too much on the hype train. I think they handle the Bears. So I'll take Minnesota.
Yeah. And Devontae, the game was last week. That's when they had their interim coach. And they got the doors beat off by San Francisco. That theory is over. It used to be 100%.
Yeah, it used to be money.
Yeah, the first 3 years of the pub. This year it's been bad. Give me the Vikings -7, -10, -16. I think Vikings blow them out. Falcons, Raiders. Here it is, Devontae. Your game. 44.5 so runner. Atlanta 4-point favorite. This is when we sit back in Waffle House. All-Star special. We get back on track. Kirko Chains comes out. It's prime time. I'm taking your boys. -4, -40. Doesn't matter. Give me Atlanta.
Please don't take. If anybody's watching, don't take me wearing this shirt as support. That's still my team. I'm just cold. Don't even worry about it. Cold as the Falcons. Give me the Raiders on the spread. Stop playing with them. They got Desmond Ridder at the helm. If I'm telling you, like, imagine him just pinning this on the calendar while he was sitting there on the practice squad thinking, I got to get him. And they're finally giving him a chance. Man, again, this is another game that the Falcons should win, which means they're probably not. Give me the Raiders on the spread. Brock Bowers is about to have a fucking day. So go ahead and give him an anytime tutty on your parlays.
I actually, as cold as the Falcons have been, this is a matchup that I think they can get a little bit of confidence to see if they can win the South. This is a game I can see it clicking again. Feel more like the October Falcons rather than the December Falcons. So I'm taking Atlanta as well.
And Devontae, to make you feel better, O'Connell is questionable. He still might play.
Hell no. All you gotta do is hand it off to Sincere McCormick going off for 120.
You are the biggest hater of your own team, and I'm here for it.
I have to be because I can't.
It's okay. It's okay. I get it. All right. I left one off. I apologize. Bucks, Chargers, over and set at 45.5. LA 3-point favorites. I love this game. This game sounds exciting. I just realized I put a picture of Baker Mayfield from Madden on there.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
My bad.
CGI.
never known, to be honest. If you had said shit.
Gotta hold myself accountable.
Yeah, man. The Falcons need this one too.
Yeah.
The Chargers. Man, it's tough though. Like I have Chargers as one of my defenses in fantasy. I'm one of those guys that carries like 3 defenses. I do not. They're on the low end on this. I don't like the matchup against the Bucks. I think Baker and that offense, they're still clicking. But I think the Chargers. I think it's definitely a game, and I think Justin Herbert can pull this one out. So I'm gonna take the Chargers.
Yeah, same. Give me the Chargers on the spread because mostly not anything for the Chargers or the other Harbaugh brother, but I just need the Bucks to lose. Like every brick has to fit.
Yeah. Give me the Chargers. I'm taking them. Give me Air Bear. I think we roll here. Give me the Chargers. We roll. What am I talking about? All right. That's it for our pick'ems. I don't know how I feel about starting the show like that, but we had to do it, and
I kind of like it.
I kind of liked it too. We get out of the way.
Right in.
We get to enjoy
Get right
it. Yeah.
to it.
No lube. You just go right into it.
Right into the steak and potatoes. You know.
Right. That's exactly what I was talking about.
I don't need no salad. I don't need no appetizer. Like just
No foreplay. Just
give me the main course.
And they're like swimwear. Yep. Playoffs. Fitz. You're playing Rollison in the first round.
Yo, I haven't checked that league in like a month.
Hey, you're not doing bad. Devontae's playing Tim's Ghost.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The ghost of Tim.
Me, Cato, and
Wait, how many people make playoffs?
everybody makes playoffs.
Oh, see, this is.
But you know
I'm
what?
7-7. I'm 7-7.
You are 7-7. Yep.
You beat me
Okay.
somehow. I think somebody was on a bye week and you still beat me.
Oh, I bet I haven't checked this roster in ages.
You need to.
Well,
Get
this
on
was
it.
the league. I thought we were still doing the quarterback bullshit, so I drafted like 8 quarterbacks.
I did the same
Finally-
thing. Yeah.
We finally fixed the glitch.
No, whoever fucking set this league up was a joke this year. Should have kept the 2 quarterbacks starting. That guy's an asshole. Fuck him. That was me. Yeah. But it's looking good. Cato's got the chain right now. I'm coming for it, Cato. So if you're listening,
He's so good in this.
Dude. He works for On 3. He gets paid to like fucking stat jack
It's
off
true.
here.
True.
Love it. Good for him though. I'm glad he gets paid to do that. All right. Speaking of, well, not really speaking of, Juan Soto. The boy got the Brink trucks backed up to his personal garage. 15-year, $765 million contract. He goes just moving across the city of New York. He goes from Yankees to Mets. I gave Lorenzo a baseball the very next morning. I said, hey, let's start throwing this thing, kid. Let's start going. 15 years, $765 million. This is soccer money we're talking about. This is footy action. This is a huge contract.
Man, this is crazy. Baseball is crazy. Money is so weird to me now. Like, they teach us all this stuff about the economy and trickle down theory and capitalism, and you make money to spend money and spend money to not have money. And then like we see stuff like this happens, and then we try to make the same thing happen whenever we play like Madden or like 2K or something. We try to give people these stupid deals, and that's the only place we see stuff like this doesn't work. But why not? But this type of money is insane. Sometimes you think like, how do you spend that money? That's seven. What's that? 7 or 1?
Yeah, 7.
$765 million per year. So even if that puts you in a different tax bracket, that's still a good amount of money per month that you're receiving. Not to mention whatever endorsements he has and all that shit. Money is crazy, bro. Especially when you don't have it.
You're right. And never in my wildest dreams did I think you would bring up Reagan's tax or Reagan's economy plan there, trickle down.
That's all we know, man.
Yeah.
North Carolina education.
That's true. That is true.
No, that's weird. Like, what's Otani's contract? Like,
Oh,
I
let me
I thought it was
look
like,
that
like
up.
300 something.
but it's
I'm
not
looking it up.
that. I mean, I'm just saying, like, Juan
His is a
Soto.
10-year, $700 million. So I guess technically,
Is it more? Okay.
yeah. Now his present day deals is $460.8 million.
Okay. I mean, I guess it's right there. It's just weird. The 15 years is weird for me
I agree.
because Juan Soto isn't like this. I mean, he's 26. He's like right in his prime. But that's, you know, you can be 41 by the time that's over. Like he's
But I
going to
will.
be,
Go ahead.
and it's guaranteed, right? Like it's not like baseball that these contracts are like, there's no wiggle room. It's
Yeah, no.
As far as we know,
it's
yeah.
like straight up.
But I think ever since, like, I think Bobby Bonilla Day is coming to an end, so I guess that means they've been winning, so that means there's probably more money. They're almost finished paying Bobby Bonilla too, so it's like, shoot, let's do it all over again, and that's probably what's happening there. So maybe the guarantee is that Soto still plays those 15 years, meaning like if bro like has Tommy John surgery and his forearm falls off, they're like, well, the contract is void, and like they give him like $100K and like tell him to make it work or something.
I just feel like
Yeah, I'm
in
curious to know the
5
details about
I
it.
just feel like in 5 years, like a third of his contract is going to be money, but then the last 2/3 of this, it's like, what are you know, we're still paying this guy?
Right.
Yeah, that's where it seems
I've been
weird.
trying to figure out is it front loaded or back loaded? Like I'm trying to figure out where the big chunk comes in. I
I
haven't
know
really find it yet.
Otani's was backloaded, wasn't it?
I think so. Yeah, he got a good signing bonus. And everything else was kind of later.
So that's why they're
Which
still making all these crazy signings. And then I think besides this, I don't know if anybody went to the Dodgers, but I do know, like, because they're backlogging Otani's pay, they can keep signing crazy people. So maybe that's what they're doing for Bobby Bonilla Jr. right here. So maybe they're going to make it work.
Yeah, I think you're right. Juan Soto is one of those weird cats that I think we also was coming because after the World Series, after he got the Yankees to World Series as just a 1-year guy, he was like, I'll go to the highest bidder. It doesn't matter who.
Yeah,
Yankees offered him 16 years for $760 million. The Mets just said, okay, we'll drop it a year and add $5 million in there, and he'd sign for him. He's like a mercenary. He just goes to the highest bidder.
I'm actually surprised the Yankees actually offered him that. I've heard they like the short people.
Yeah, I'm the same way. 16 years, 15 years. That just seems. I'm with you. That sounds long. Any other thoughts for baseball here? I don't know if I buy more stock in the Mets or not. They were okay last year. They were like cusp of good. Maybe now they're good.
I do remember Juan Soto stepping in when Aaron Judge kind of fell off right when the team, just like Aang, when the world needed him the most, he disappeared. They had to lean on Juan Soto, and he got paid for it, so more power to him.
That's true. That's absolutely true. All right. Let's talk about the GOAT is coming back to a sideline near you, near us. Not so much you, Fitz. Bill Belichick, Chapel Hill. 5-year, $30 million contract with UNC. He's bringing Lombardi as his GM down there. Probably going to bring his son to be a DC. Maybe his other son to come work some other stuff. I'm curious to know what his coaching staff is going to look like. I think this is a good fit in the NIL deal. He's used to dealing with it. I kind of like this for Bill Belichick. I think it makes sense. I don't know if it makes sense for UNC, but it makes sense for Bill.
It was with this Belichick deal where I found out that colleges have GMs now, and I kind of have like a dream again. But like I know they just like use fired NFL GMs or something.
Right.
Crazy concept if you really think about it, because it's like a college is still a school, so it's like, are they actually
supposed to be nonprofit, right?
Right, like to some extent, it is supposed to be nonprofit, especially like. So the U, that's a private school, right? So like I guess they should be the only ones with like no rules because it's private. But everybody else, this is public land grant schools that's out here wilding for sports. But you know, money is everything. Shout out to UNC for getting this done. I guess Bill Belichick up there line talk about. I'm so excited, bro. Has never been this excited for anything. Except it was like that one picture with his new girlfriend or something. I guess she was trying on clothes and it made him smile or something. I don't know.
I mean,
But it is going to be cool to see it work. I guess. I guess he's picking up where Saban left off, building the NFL factory. Except Bill Belichick is not hiding the money and like not. I guess he's like not hiding the money like Saban did. As an NC State grad and fan, I don't think this changes shit. You know, you do all this for a bowl game. Maybe you make the Gator Bowl or the Peach Bowl or the Tax Slayer Bowl. But that CFP, you got a ways to go. So we'll see how if they actually make that big jump and shut me up. But I doubt it.
No, it's just crazy. I mean, this is clearly the story of the week, especially in North Carolina circles. Like, this is just so unexpected. I was trying to think: is there another coach that's had that much success in the pros, or any like legendary status to then come to college?
I mean,
Not
you look
legendary, but Bill O'Brien, he took the Texans to a playoff.
Billy O. I reverse Uno card. Pete Carroll wins Natty, wins the Super Bowl. Like that's
well, we've seen it the other way.
Right.
We've seen,
They're coming this way is a little tough.
Yeah,
Harbaugh.
that's where it's very unique.
Brian Bieniemy just left UCLA, if that counts.
He was only advisor. It was only supposed to be 1 year, right?
Yeah,
that's what he said. What's weird to me though is you go from Mac Brown, who's a legend in college football, to now a legend in NFL, Bill. But I do think Bill's a better fit for this day and age of NIL, where I feel like Mac was kind of more old school. Bill's used to handling money and that type of stuff. So I am interested to see that. I think Bill Belichick's winning the year. He gets a job with ESPN, hangs out with Pat McAfee, gets paid for that. He has a 24-year-old girlfriend, even though he's like 68. And now he's got a brand new job coaching UNC. I think this is a win for Bill.
I think it's almost like a retirement plan where you still want to work, but he's clearly like, I don't know.
Is this a Walmart greeter? Is that what you're saying? Like this is a Walmart greeter, like retirement plan?
I just wonder, like he's definitely in a different chapter of his life.
Yeah.
Like, and I just think he's like, yeah, I missed the game. I'll go to the ACC where it's like wide open. You know, maybe it'll be me toe to toe with Dabo every year. I know this guy. I've seen this Clemson offense for the past however many years. I know how to beat them. It's like, let me just go down here and do this. I don't know, and I think we'll see how it goes.
I do wonder how many, like, because he's been doing the ESPN thing. I do wonder how many like college coaching circles he got into and like inside looks of programs, and that he was just taking notes like, oh shit, I could do this with half the effort I was using the NFL. Like this might be a good gig for me, you know?
They probably called him, to be honest. Like, I'm pretty sure him and Saban were pretty cool. So like if you have like a brunt of your information from both the Patriots and Bama, you really don't need shit from anybody else. Especially now that like money can actually be involved. Is Kate is like it's like a part-time. So I guess I see what you're saying, Fizz. It's basically like a part-time job. You know how like if I found out like there are people that retire from their jobs and then come back and work part-time. That I guess that's him, except I don't know. Like I also wonder how much effort he's gonna put into it too. Like he's got to have a pretty good staff, so it's gonna. First of all, I didn't even know he had another son besides the one with the mullet, so that's gonna be cool for me to see.
Yeah,
but I wonder who else. I wonder if Josh McDaniels is gonna be involved somehow.
Maybe a little Matt Patricia.
Oh
yeah. I could see it. All right, another guy returned to the sideline here. And he's returning to an old sideline he's used to. Rich Rod, West Virginia. Pat White, Steve Slayton. During those days, they were rolling. He had West Virginia on the map. NCAA violations come in. He gets kicked out. He goes to Arizona, gets fired. Ole Miss gets fired. He goes to Jacksonville State, builds that program up, and now he's returning back home. Country roads, take me home. So he's in there. I'm a little surprised West Junior welcomed him back. Obviously, he's probably their coach, all-time history leader here, but I'm surprised they welcomed him back.
So he was at Jacksonville State after Dion left? Or
Not Jacksonville State, Jackson State.
Jacksonville
State. Jackson State was
Dion. All right,
Dion,
so that's my bad. So Jacksonville State is actually they've been
good.
I can see why they were like, oh, we were tripping, like everybody was doing it, we were just tripping. So like, do they have like an asterisk by his name, or did they actually leave his records?
I think they've left his records.
Okay. Well, that helps.
Yeah, I think he's fine. Or he went to Michigan. Michigan's where he got the violations at. So I apologize.
Even crazier because Michigan, that's the one person they called.
Yeah, right.
But no, I think this is a good look for West Virginia. He can bring back the feeling. People, as long with the violation, I've just been thinking people, I feel like having kind of turning heel on like paying the kids, because like now more stuff like they're being a little more transparent about what's going on as far as the money side, and people have been like, oh, maybe they shouldn't get paid, or oh, like they're ruining the game. It's been a lot. Fitz is never wrong when he's right. Tell y'all now.
I love that.
Fitz is never wrong when he's right.
That game's changing. Like I mean, it's changing before our eyes, and yeah, that's where, man, it's just weird. Still with Belichick there, like on the right side. I'm still just trying to imagine, like, what is college football going to look like? We haven't even seen the 12-team playoff format and what that's going to look like. You know, where again, I imagine with Belichick, it's like if you're the ACC, all you got to do is get in, and then all right, how are we going to beat these teams? Yeah. And I feel like a coach like Belichick is similar to like a Nick Saban, where like, okay, we can scheme and we can figure out how to beat certain teams. Where I feel like a lot of college coaches don't really, they don't do that well. Like I feel like that's why they're coaching college and not NFL.
Yeah,
you know, NFL, you have to adapt. You have to kind of play your opponent, so to speak. And I feel like college, they want to preach that, but I don't think they actually do that. They don't do it as much. So I don't know. I'm just curious with all that.
Yeah.
Y'all think Pete Carroll comes back to USC randomly, but like because he's so old, he brings like Matt Leinart to like be an OC or something crazy like that?
He loves Seattle, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's got a great job now, man. Upper office. Life's good for Pete. Yeah. All right. Well, you brought it up. College football playoffs. The bracket is here, boys.
I haven't even looked at it.
Oh, this is exciting.
I'm ready. I've been waiting.
We have a 12-team playoff bracket, which everybody wanted, and now everybody's bitching about it. But they have a point.
Classic.
Ooh. So, 1 Oregon.
Ooh. This is surprising.
2 Georgia, 3 Boise State, 4 Arizona State. They have the byes. Now, Oregon will face the winner of Ohio State, Tennessee. Arizona State faces Texas or Clemson. Boise State faces Penn State or SMU. And then Georgia gets winner of Notre Dame, Indiana. I do think they got the 12 teams right. There's some argument with SMU. There's some argument that Clemson didn't deserve to give in, but Bama did. Any way you look at this, you're going to piss somebody off. Even if we did a 16-team bracket, you're going to piss people off. The only thing I have a gripe with is if you look at Oregon, they have a nasty future matchup of Ohio State, Tennessee. Whoever wins that's a hell of a game to play in. You look at these other ones, look at Georgia's matchup, Notre Dame, Indiana. That's not nearly as scary. Penn State, SMU, not nearly as scary. If I'm an Oregon Duck fan, if I'm Coach Lanning, obviously if I'm Coach Lanning, I'm probably preaching, you got to run through them anyways. Let's just get them out early. But, man, I am pissed if I'm a Duck fan.
I didn't like how people have been like, I know they've been talking about everybody on here, but like people have been really down in SMU saying that Alabama should have had their spot. Like we didn't watch Alabama be the worst team, the worst Alabama team we've been seeing like for the past few years. Like even I think Nick Saban commented like when you remember when this first started in the season and like they actually danced in the end zone.
Yeah.
Like Saban was in the box throwing up or whatever, like pissed off. And so now people are acting like we didn't watch Bama like not be good earlier in the season.
Right.
And now we have SMU who have been rolling like the entire season, but nobody said anything. And again, the only reason I know is because of like betting, I guess. Like you look at some of these stats, like you look to see, oh, are they going to cover the over? And then you go back and look at some of the stats from some of the games. You're like, wow, how has nobody been talking about Kevin Jennings? How has nobody been talking about his receiver or the defense and stuff?
I think their strength of schedule is what hurt people. Like they lost to BYU, and then that was the only ranked team they faced besides Clemson. They lose to Clemson in the ACC championship. I think
they barely lost
to both of them. Yeah, 3-point game.
And then BYU lost to Kansas. Kansas was only ranked like maybe once. I'm happy Arizona State got there. Boise State, I get. Like nobody said anything about their strength of schedule for real. Like they played Oregon early in the season.
Yep.
And lost, but like that was a close game. But nobody said anything about this. So
that's true.
This is what we get, what we ask for. We get what we get. Can't throw a fit. You know, Bama, if you want to get in the 12, be better than the other 11 people ahead of you or the 13 people ahead of you.
Don't lose 3 times. If you beat Georgia, you probably take their spot there.
At least once.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I do love the story.
Yeah,
go ahead.
Man. Go ahead. No, I'm just looking. The 3 losses that's what's tough. And with Clemson, you know, getting that 12th spot with the 3rd loss. I mean, I'm glad that even though with the ACC title, they got the 12, you know, it's like, all right, well, you got to go play Texas now, you know.
I agree with that.
Good luck. Yeah. Like, I appreciate that. I was worried they're going to put them higher. SMU still got in, though, and that's weird. Like, it feels like it should have been either, SMU lost the title, but they got 2 losses, so we're going to give them the 12. Or you give it to, all right, well, Clemson, you won. Because then it's like Miami's like, yo, we had 2 losses, you know? Yeah. Like, we didn't even get to play in the game. South Carolina is looking at it like, yo, we have the same record as Clemson. And, like, look at our strength of schedule, you know? So, and Bama's probably right there, too. You know, 3 losses. Look at our strength.
The shitty part is that the automatic bids of like the big 4 champions automatically get in. I think that's the pissed off. You gotta get rid of the automatic bids.
Yeah,
because then
I just think there needs to be like a stipulation for it. And again, I hate the hard number on 3 losses. I think you need to do like win percentage. I think that's the way you go around it. Is like a winning percentage higher than whatever.
Yeah, but then you got
really, and it's code for if you have 3 losses, you're not getting it.
Yeah,
bro. Because in like 2 years, we gotta like get rid of the board and leave it to AI. Like, I'm kind of sick of this. Like, I'm kind of sick of big. I know I talk shit about Penn State, but I honest to God still have a problem with Notre Dame. Like, yeah, they were pretty good in secret. But I don't know. I'm
the NIU loss looks terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm having feelings because like I kind of put Miami, South Carolina out of my mind. Bama, I'm cool with it. I've been cool with it. But like there's like other teams, like I don't think BYU even had a chance. And I guess we talk about strength of schedule, but like they didn't even get a chance, and they were rolling throughout the season, and I guess the Kansas loss hurt them when they needed the most. Arizona State beat them, so I guess that win against BYU. So pretty much everybody's win against BYU kind of helped them like sneak in.
Yeah.
Like
here's the annoying thing for me is clearly the 4 teams that they want are Oregon, Georgia, Texas, and Penn State. Like those are the top 4 teams. Those are the best 4 teams.
Yeah.
But by the thing there, it's like, oh, we're gonna put Boise at 3. So, because they're blah 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 blah
The
blah.
conference
Or
champion.
we're gonna put Arizona State at 4. And like this is where I cannot fucking stand college football. It's like all season we're gonna play this game of all right, it's all about top 25 and who's ranked, and then we're gonna look at and we're gonna use that against teams. That if you lose to so and so, or if you beat so and so because they were ranked here, and it's all about rankings. And then we get to the playoff where it's like, all right, now how did the rankings finish? And then we just change it. Like we just go, oh well, yeah, Penn State is really number 3, but
well, the automatic bids, we got to get rid of that.
that's what's so annoying about it.
It is,
but they're not going to do that because there's a part of it that you have to. This is the game of college football. Like you have to like say like that's where it's always a shuffle, and it just gets annoying.
So is it like Power 5 conferences get the automatic bids?
Exactly. The winners,
because it's like all these shifts in conferences and stuff. Like, because
it's dumb.
For the last time I've seen a Mountain West team in a college football playoff. Period. Actually, no. When Ian Johnson was there, did they make it, or were they just like
they were in the Fiesta Bowl, but it wasn't the national championship. It was one of the big 4 bowls, though. But,
so that was the last time, though, right? And since then, like they had Jay.
They've been good, but they haven't been this good. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm with you. You got to get rid of the bids, like Fitz is saying, and then you put the 12 best teams in regardless of their conference.
Yeah.
I think what we're going to see, though, and I think we already started seeing it, is that these major teams are not going to schedule non-conference juggernauts. So you're not going to have those big week 1, week 2, week 3 matchups of Georgia versus Ohio State because it's not fucking worth it anymore. Yeah. Okay, if I got to go bang in the Big Ten or SEC, I'm going to go schedule a Marshall. I'm going to go schedule maybe even less than a Western Carolina. Like it's not worth it anymore for me. And so I think you're going to see a lot of ad money go away because these big games are not going to be as big. Like, why would Clemson go play South Carolina? Like, that's just dumb, right? You might get rid of rivalry games because you don't need it.
Yeah. Because I'm thinking about like even just like equating it to basketball. They have the big tournament, but when you do your brackets, they show you like the teams that they lost to, like big wins and big losses.
Yeah.
I assume, I feel like they should start doing that more with these collegiate teams. But like talking to Fitz brought up the rankings, and I was just thinking about if you lose 1 game, you lose your ranking. So it's like if you lose to it, if you beat a team that lost their ranking, so like Alabama, for whatever reason, Alabama never lost rank. I swear they didn't lose rank. So. But if you look at another team like BYU, they were good the entire time until they weren't. And so, if you beat that team, it just doesn't matter, because they didn't have a number by their name.
Yeah.
Which is kind of wild because it's it's not like they changed the team. They just, lost the game. So,
I'm with you.
Here's what they need to do now, as I'm looking at, conferences, is, I almost feel like now, within the schedule, they need to, figure out a way to say, all right, we're breaking up the ACC into 4. It's 4 teams or whatever, or not if there's 16 teams, there's going to be 4 divisions, like a north, south, east, west. That shuffles every year, and that's totally based on how you finish the season. So the top 4 teams become the top teams in each of those, and it's
like a realignment.
Down. Yeah, and it filters down. So that at the end of the year, you take the top 4 teams. And then you have a 4, almost like the ACC tournament. You would have 4 teams left. They play each other, and then the winner goes on. Yeah. So you'd have to just reshuffle it. But just to get away from, we're not going to schedule so-and-so.
Yeah.
But to make it fair where it's all right, we finished second. Miami, all right, we finished 3rd. Well, we don't have to play Clemson or SMU next year unless it's the tournament. Until it matters.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
So it's almost like the ACC, how college basketball does it meets how Premier League soccer does it of hey, you get demoted
we talked
here.
About that too.
Yeah, we have. Yeah, I think we're right here, boys.
Yeah, and if you're shitty, you're gonna
pay for
card. You're gonna have the deck stacked against you.
Exactly.
So.
Yeah.
And thinking like if they did that for ACC, like that, they always put like ACC Eastern or Atlantic or something. They do that, and I just recently found that out. But like, you're right, they don't play. They don't necessarily play those teams in that conference. Like we don't. So we don't always play. It's not always NC State versus Duke. It is always it always NC State versus UNC. But like we're all in the same conference, but we don't always play each other unless it's UNC and Duke and NC State versus UNC.
Right.
But I don't know. But like now that they pull teams from the West Side, like I wonder how that will work for realignment, like who would go where and stuff.
Yeah, I also feel like the teams that have tough schedules just get screwed over. It's completely unfair. And so that's where I feel like if there was a way to say, all right, we have an ACC tournament before we do, or what, can't really do a tournament in football. But I'm saying if you had the top 4 teams, you could have 3 losses, but be the top of your, whatever, and go, okay, well, at least I get a chance to win the ACC now. And if we win, we're in, And like the thing is for Clemson, they just lucked out because the ACC was just total shit, and they really didn't have to like grind their way through it. Whereas I look at Miami, I'm like, Miami's better than Clemson, and they just got screwed over because of the conference, because they weren't as good as SMU, which is like, so it's like that's annoying. They didn't even get it. They didn't even get a chance.
Well, I just. College football is changing, boys, and it's changing in front of our eyes, and it's going to continue to change. I think we got some points here. I think we can help the committee.
I hope the Final Four is IU, SMU, Clemson.
Even though you just shit on Clemson.
No one's gonna beat Oregon. I just hope it's a shit show. I hope Clemson wins it all.
I do love Arizona State story. You were picked preseason to finish last. Now here you are. You get a bye in the playoffs.
Really?
In the Big 10 or the Big 12, they were picked
really?
Last. Yeah.
Out of all those, that's disrespectful.
Disrespectful. So I love to see that they've challenged themselves and said, hey, we're a bunch of misfits. Let's get in here and brawl. Heisman Trophy winner gets announced Saturday. You tell me real quick who deserves it. I'll give you the finalists. Cam Ward, he's at plus 25,000. Dylan Gabriel, same odds. Boise State, Ashton Gentry, plus 1,000. And then Colorado's Travis Hunter, minus 2,500.
So,
Genty.
Yeah, it's gotta be him for the Heisman. They've been passing out the other awards. He already won the Doak Walk. Doak Walker. Jalen Walker gets the Butkus Award. We don't care about him for real. Chuck Bednarik, Travis Hunter got that, and that's for the Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie, that is I like.
He froze.
Season.
Say it again, Devontae. You froze on us.
Oh, my bad. Travis won the Chuck Bednarik Award, and that's how you can tell it's been a slow season.
Yeah. I look at snaps aren't a stat. I'm gonna say it again. Snaps are not a stat. Ashton deserves this thing. Like he's the best, most exciting player to watch. Yeah, Hunter plays both ways, and he's the best defensive player. Offensive stats aren't really there. They're not like, he's good. I don't know. I think Gentry deserves this award. Who will win it? Travis Hunter, though. It's media hype. He'll win it.
Mm-hmm. I don't think so.
No?
I don't think so.
I think Genty's got it. I think the most consistent player has been Genty. And the only thing against him has been just schedule. They just gave him the nod and gave him the 3 seed. So
that's true.
It's not. I think they're trying to recognize that.
And I don't think we're not shitting on Travis Hunter. I think what he's done is phenomenal. I just think Gentry deserves it, right? I think we can all agree Travis Hunter is a phenomenal player. We're not necessarily
I think consistency is key for the Heisman. It's kind of a week in, week out sort of thing. Yeah. And I think consistently Genty has had the numbers each week. and it's just the easy choice. There's nobody else that you could if Georgia's quarterback or Oregon's quarterback was doing it week in, week out. But I think Genty stands out. I'd be surprised if it's not him.
Taking one of the underdogs. Okay, I like it. All right. Speaking of underdogs, let's do our pub parlay, boys. We'll do our picks, and then we'll do our anytime touchdown too.
That was not good last week.
Nope. But we bounce back. It's a new week. It's a new dawn. It's a new day. I'm gonna go ahead and start. I'm taking Army to beat Navy. Give me the Army money line.
I gotta look at college basketball. This is where I start cooking. Really, January. January is when I start cooking college basketball.
Army Navy Saturday, but it's already on the books, so you guys just have to agree on whatever day you want.
Cool. Okay.
If you're both doing
I
basketball.
like Saturday.
Saturday's great. There's a lot of basketball.
Saturday.
Ooh, I might have a tasty one.
Well, I liked how you said that, but then it's also kind of creepy fits.
Was it creepy?
It was
spicy one.
Spicy. All right. When you're ready, you let it rip.
I'm gonna take UConn over Gonzaga.
Oh, we talking men's, right?
Yeah, because I think they're kind of like UConn's really dropped because they're just they're kind of going back and forth here, but I think they'll beat Gonzaga. So it just seems like there's good odds there, and UConn's way better than their ranking. So it's the time to hit UConn.
Okay.
I'm gonna take men's basketball, and I got Texas A&M over Purdue.
Texas A&M money line. All right, we got 2 hoop picks, 1 football pick. Army money line, UConn money line, Texas A&M money line. I love it. I'm here for it. Let's have a great Saturday, boys. Sunday, anytime tutties. What do you want?
I guess I'll take Bijan. I'll get my hopes up a little bit.
I like it. I think Bijan can run over the Raiders.
I gotta look at NFL schedule again. I always want to do tight ends, but it's always
been tight ends
risky
year.
one.
Yeah,
a risky one.
While you're doing that, I'm gonna go Josh Allen touchdown.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
They can't stop him. They can't stop him.
He's tough, man. Bijan, Josh Allen fits. The fate of the pub is on your hands.
Go ahead and throw that J Love anytime.
I got a spicy one. Oh no, I can't do it. It's too.
Do it.
Let the hate flow through.
I kind of want to go Jalen Warren.
Steelers,
Eagles.
Let's do it. The Steagles.
I just feel it. I just feel it for real.
All right, Jalen Warren touchdown.
Because I think Najee could. I think Najee could too, but I think Warren just could have some crazy odds.
Yeah, Warren touchdown, Bijan touchdown, Josh Allen touchdown. We're gonna make some money. This is I feel it in my plums, deep in my plums. We're making money. Both parlays. All right. Anybody got a random question?
It's the video game awards tonight. I don't have a question, but that's something really random.
Do they still show that G4 channel, or is that like?
I forgot about that.
That was my shit, man.
Okay.
Before we had streams, we had G4. The kids don't know about that.
Yeah, I like it. I got a question off that. What's the most random show you can remember watching and you'd watch it consistently?
Oh, y'all remember Dog Eat Dog?
Dog Eat Dog. I
You
don't
remember that
I
show?
remember two
It was like
seasons.
so Dog Eat Dog was on Game Show Network, and they'd get like 6 young people, and like I can't remember if they had to put them like through like a training facility for like a week or something. I don't know. I can't remember how it worked. But then they go on this game show. There's always like a big like pool that they'd open up, and they'd do all these like crazy water things. But it was like they would have different. They'd introduce a task almost like Fear Factor.
Okay.
It wasn't as crazy. They'd
Yeah,
introduce a task, and then they'd all vote on who was going to have to do the task. And if the person failed it, well, they just go the dog pound. You know, they're done. But if they won it, they could vote someone else in the dog pound. So it's kind of a gamble. Like if you picked someone who was going to complete the task, they're probably, if you voted for them, they might pick you or whatever.
I don't remember this.
It was always a strategy.
My cousin had it on DVR, and I watched it once. And
I watched that
thinking, like, what's the
all the
difference between that and Fear Factor? Besides the
Well,
voting?
and then the difference was at the end, after they did all the challenges, could get down to 2 people, battling for the last spot. But then at the very end, whoever won had to go against the dog pound, and it was like a trivia thing. It was like a battle of wits, which is crazy. It just came like after all these tasks, it came down to like a battle of wits. And again, the dog pound could choose who they were going to go to answer the question against the person. So the person had to answer all 5 questions. The dog pound could like go, it's like, oh, this is in history. And they could talk to each other like who's got it or whatever. Great show. That was like middle school fits. I was always watching it.
Well, for me, every morning, I know like all the cool kids were watching music videos before they left for school.
Hell yeah.
Me, I would get ready for school, TV off, but then I would turn it on like right when I got ready to wait for my dad to take me to school. And I would sit there and watch Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century. Sherlock, it was like Sherlock Holmes, except, which is crazy to think because that means it would be like 21 something. But Sherlock Holmes was like frozen in ice, and Watson was like half cyborg, like Cyborg from Teen Titans, but it was Watson. He had like a monocle, but it was like a robot eye, and he would solve mysteries in the future. And it was one of those cartoons that they made in Canada or whatever, but it would always be on in the morning. And nobody else would know what I'm talking about whenever I talk about it at school because everybody else had cable. I ain't have cable. So that's what I was watching.
Dude, I don't remember that. So I'm sorry, Devontae.
Sherlock Holmes in the 22nd century.
But I have to look it up because that sounds. I want to get deep in that show. That sounds good. Also, I'm glad you said about the music video thing because Claudia thought I was crazy. I was like, babe, a lot of people did that as a kid. Like, you play a little Akon.
It be in the same order too. It's just like,
oh yeah,
this, the song by heart. Is I don't know if y'all remember, there used to be a club called Coglins. Coglins apparently in different places, but I just noticed they play the same 80 songs in the same order. And the only reason like I'm used to it is because we used to watch music videos in that same order, waking up in the morning. You're
right. And like when MTV got to commercial, you go to VH1. With that, you go to BET, and like you just kept the cycle, you just kept the flow. I'm gonna say MXC. It was the Japanese old show. It was on Spike TV, and it was like Wipeout. Wipeout kind of stole its pretty much rundown how it did stuff, but it was the Japanese commentators and everything, and they just dubbed them. I loved MXC. I thought it was awesome.
Wasn't there a regular show episode based on that?
I think there was. I think you're right.
Yeah, because I kept looking. I was like, I feel like I've seen this show, but I can't remember.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Good episode, boys. Hopefully our picks hit. Hopefully you guys enjoyed listening and watching. We'll catch you guys next week.
Peace.
Don't gamble. Stay warm.
Stay warm for sure. Keep gambling. First time on air. Anything to say to Luan here?
Good.
Taking him back.
Look, bro, there are stories I could tell people about Lawan, but we'll keep those right here. I'm gonna let him live.
That's not even close. It's not
Man, I'm a dumbass.
I'm clipping that.
Georgia's second. Georgia's second.
Hey, Georgia also had Herschel Walker.
So smart, and my team is so dumb. My coach he looks dumb. He's a big baby. This
Dude,
man
those graphics.
ripped so